We have now with us Thomas Zuger, also from Switzerland, but he lived in Australia 10 years. Just recently came back to Switzerland, and he joined us with the show here, and he has some questions. Let's see what he's going to ask me, because I have no idea what he's going to ask me.
Okay, we have one question which I always had. We have in the Bible, when people met Jesus, several times there were bad spirits in the people, and today we're not talking much about that. Have they disappeared, or are they still around? What is your experience?
My experience is very dramatic, in the sense that it's real. It's almost every day I'm confronted with this kind of things, either evil spirits or witchcraft, black magic, curses. Many people, interesting enough, some people a few weeks ago, an elder lady was calling me, and I have about 100 questions I have to go through. And sometimes it's also a little bit a test of my patience, because nothing was showing up. And in the end, only one point was showing, and it was negative spirits. And this lady had like a tickling in her body, and if somebody always touches her like this, okay? And I told her, look, the only thing I can see, or I find, is that you have some spirits around. Can you relate to that? And unfortunately, she did not have any. She doesn't really care about things like this. But still, interesting enough, she said, yes, she can, because she said sometimes she has the feeling that she is her mother. And another thing she said, I asked her, do you sometimes feel a little bit weird, as if something evil is around you? So, in this sense, she said yes. If she goes upstairs in her house, she has this weird feeling. Another, even more dramatic example I had last week with a very young lady, 27 years old, and this is really unbelievable. She was not able to walk for 4 years. She had a trembling from her foot up to her head. She could not speak. She had an inner fire, like a burning fire. And I talked to her when I was at my parents' place. And I told her that there must be some black magic involved, if she has any idea what could be going on. And then she said, she was a little bit shocked, but she said, yes, I thought about that already, and I think it is this or this person. And then 10 minutes later we hang up, and then 10 minutes later she was calling me again, and she was totally frightened and scared, and said, and she was crying on the phone, and she said, oh, I'm scared, I don't want to die. And I told her, listen, what came can also disappear very quickly. So on the next day, we prayed. I gave her a prayer, and she noted down the prayer, and then we hung up the phone, and I prayed in distance for her. And then I did not hear from her for 1.5 days. And then she was calling me. I did not know how she is. And she told me she has total relief. She can walk, the trembling has disappeared, the burn is gone. There is a tiny little rest left. So, the point is now, I told her, look, things like this can only happen to you if you yourself use bad words. Sometimes you curse. You don't think positively about other people. Have you ever done so? Yes. I asked, is there now anybody you have in mind which you are in an ungood relationship? She said yes. Her was heißt Schwiegermutter?
Mother-in-law.
Her mother-in-law. I told her, okay, look, try to talk to her and try to bring this issue up, that you can really discuss with her and bring your feelings up, but try not to hurt each other, but do that in a harmonious way. And she's still, I talked to her on Friday, that's 4 days now, 4 days ago, 5 days ago. She's still very fine, still the same. She can walk, she can work again, she's very happy. And a good thing is she found to Jesus. This is another very good thing. What people, I don't know, in the US we have more Christians promoting Christian messages on YouTube. If you searched in Europe, you can hardly find any. In the US, this is more common, and people are not shy to tell people that they are Christians. Here, this is a real problem. So I was very happy that she said she found back to Jesus, and that she was now finding relief by praying and talking to him.
Very good.
Yeah, excellent.
So, but in general, do you think that is something which in many people exists? Bad spirits which maybe not express themselves as strongly as they stated here, but so is there a job for everybody to take care of?
Yeah, there's a certain time my wife and myself, we were a little bit frustrated because about between 20 and 30% of the people are affected by either demons, bad spirits, curses, black magic, and it was really a bit frustrating for a while. Now I can say I stand over it, it's okay for me. People have to cope with it, they have to live with it, they are reliable totally for their life. They have 100% responsibility for every word they say, for every thought they think, for every action they do. So in the end, this time here is very bad because black magic, voodoo, demons, where do you find them? You find them mainly in books, in movies, in stories. So people think they are just fantasy. But they are not fantasy, they are affecting our daily lives. So how do we go about that? I leave that to everybody. I think as long as we mix our life with ungodly things, we can always be influenced by such evil spirits or also spiritual dimensions.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I think as it looks, so everybody has to take care of himself a little bit to take these bad spirits away, or to not let them in, or also pray and pray for relief, and so that we just try not to house any of these bad spirits. Is that right?
That's right. Prayer alone, I'm sure, would not do it. This lady, the young lady, she was really actively trying to stop doing bad things. She was really actively searching through her life, what did she do wrong. She was actively praying for forgiveness for the things she did evil. So I think this is the only way to get rid of such evil spirits. If you came with me to Africa and you would go to a Christian church, by the way, in my family, my wife is from Uganda, as you know, we have 2 possessed people and we have 2 prophetic people, and these 2 powers, they are in constant like a constant, not really, we cannot see it, but they are in a constant battle really, because one of my wife's sister, the spirits, they urge her to build some little houses. Sometimes she has to kill a cow to satisfy the spirits. So if you came there, you could experience these kind of things in a practical, you would really see it and experience it with your own eyes, and I can assure you, I saw it. You would be shocked, because people, when the priest is coming in and he's walking or passing the people, they fall down to the ground and they start screaming for half an hour, and they are whining on the ground. Unbelievable. And when he's touching them, some of them get relief, some of them have to change their life.
Well, that would be a very different dimension from what we have here, but
Absolutely.
very interesting.